Have you ever stood at a crossroads, looking down a path that was already paved for you? It's a wide road, smooth, well-traveled. You can see the footprints of thousands who have walked it before you. It promises safety. It promises predictability. Your parents might point to it. Your teachers might have graded you on it. Society certainly applauds it. It's the path of should. You should get this kind of job. You should settle down at this age. You should want this specific version of success. It's a path built by well-meaning hands, but with someone else's dreams, and for a while, it feels good to walk it. There's comfort in the crowd. There's security in following the map you were given. You make progress. You check the boxes. You collect the accolades. But then, one day, you're walking along, and you feel a strange tug. A whisper. It's not a loud, dramatic voice. It's a quiet, persistent hum in your soul. It comes when you're staring out a window, when you're lying in bed just before sleep, when you're doing something that's supposed to make you happy but leaves you feeling a broken bar empty. It's the whisper of a path that doesn't exist yet. It's the path only you can see, the one that leads off into the wild, uncharted territory of your own heart. It's overgrown with the weeds of doubt and fear. There are no signposts. There are no guarantees. And you have a choice. You can ignore the whisper. You can turn up the volume of your life, hear the noise of your job, your social obligations, the endless scroll on your phone, yet to drown it out. You can convince yourself that the ache in your chest is just indigestion, that the feeling of being lost is just a phase, or a broken bar. You can listen. I want to tell you a story. It's not about a famous celebrity or a historical figure. It's about someone like you. Let's call him Alex. Alex was on the paved path. He had the good job in the sleek office. He wore the right clothes, said the right things. From the outside, his life was a picture of success. But inside, he was dying a slow, quiet death. His passion was woodworking, the smell of sawdust, the feel of grain beneath his fingers, the magic of creating something beautiful from a rough, raw piece of timber. But that was a hobby, not a real career. One evening, he was building a small jewelry box for his mother's birthday. He was so lost in the work, in the careful sanding, the precise joining, that he didn't hear his roommate come home. He didn't notice the hours passing. His roommate watched him for a long moment and finally said, "I've never seen you look so alive." That sentence shattered him, because he realized it was true. In the office, he was efficient, competent, but a ghost. In his small, cramped garage, covered in sawdust, he was truly, vibrantly, undeniably alive. The whisper became a roar, and so, he came to his own crossroads. The safe, paved path stretched out in front of him, clear and easy. And then there was the other way, a broken bar, a faint trail leading into a dark, dense forest of the unknown. It was terrifying. He almost didn't do it. The fear was a physical weight on his chest. What if he failed? What if he ran out of money? What would people say? He had it all and he threw it away to play with wood. The voices of doubt were a chorus in his mind. But then, he asked himself one of the most important questions a person can ever ask. On my deathbed, which will I regret more, trying and failing, or never having tried at all? The answer was clear. He didn't quit his job the next day. He didn't burn his bridges. That's not how this works. Creating your own path isn't about a single, reckless leap. It's about taking one small, deliberate step off the paved road. His first step was to build one table, just one, and to put it online, not to sell, but just to see if anyone else would see the beauty in it that he saw. A friend saw it, then a friend of a friend. Someone asked if he could commission a bookshelf. It wasn't a floodgate, it was a trickle, but it was enough. He spent his evenings and weekends in that garage, building his dream one nail, one screw, one drop of glue at a time. It was exhausting. There were nights he wanted to give up. There were pieces that didn't turn out right, that he had to scrap and start over. He made mistakes. He felt doubt, constantly. But something else was happening, too. With every piece he created, with every client who sent him a photo of his work in their home, glowing with happiness, he was building something far more valuable than furniture. He was building belief, belief in his own hands, belief in his own vision, belief that his unique gift, his peculiar passion, had a place in this world. It took 2 years of this slow, steady, relentless building before he had enough consistent work to leave his job. The day he walked out of that office for the last time was not a day of dramatic fireworks. It was a quiet, profound peace. It was the feeling of finally coming home to himself. Alex's story is a metaphor for every single one of us. Your path might not be woodworking. Your path might be writing that novel that's burning inside you. It might be starting that non-profit that addresses a pain you see in your community. It might be becoming a teacher, a chef, a photographer, a programmer creating a new app. It might be the path of being a phenomenal parent, of creating a home filled with more love and art than the world outside. It might be the path of healing, of choosing a different life after a period of great pain. Your path is as unique as your fingerprint, but the process is the same. It begins with listening to that whisper. It begins with honoring that quiet, persistent tug on your soul. Even when it doesn't make logical sense. It requires you to embrace the wilderness. The beginning of your own path will be messy. It will be uncertain. You will get lost. You will trip over roots you didn't see. You will have to clear away the brush of your own limiting beliefs. You will have to build the bridge as you walk on it. And you must become your own chief navigator. You can't use someone else's map for a journey they have never taken. You have to learn to trust your own inner compass. That compass is your joy. It's your sense of aliveness. It's that feeling of being so immersed in what you're doing that time falls away. When you are on your true path, the work doesn't always feel easy, but it feels right. It feels meaningful. The world will not always understand. When you step off the paved road, people will shout warnings. They will tell you to come back to safety. They do this because they care, and because they are afraid for you. But often, their fear is a reflection of their own and the path they didn't take, the whisper they themselves silenced. You must learn to thank them for their concern, and then gently, firmly, continue walking into your own wilderness. You will have to face the dragon of your own insecurity. It will breathe the fire of who do you think you are? You must look it in the eye and say, I am the one who is walking this path. I am the one who believes in this dream. And that is enough. Creating your own path is the highest act of self-belief. It is a declaration to the universe that your dreams are valid, that your voice matters, that your unique perspective is not a flaw, but a gift waiting to be unwrapped. And as you walk, a miraculous thing begins to happen. The path starts to become clearer under your feet. Not because it was always there, but because you are creating it with every step you take. Your footsteps are literally carving it into existence. You will meet fellow travelers along the way. I am not the crowded masses on the main road, but the rare, beautiful souls who are also brave enough to be creating their own way. They will become your tribe. They will offer you water when you are thirsty, and directions when you are lost. The destination is not a pin on a map. The destination is the person you become on the journey. It is the person with calloused hands and a soft heart. The person who has faced fear and walked through it. The person who knows, deep in their bones, that they are the architect of their own life. So, I ask you again, stand at your crossroads, look at the wide, paved, safe road. Then, turn your head. Look into the wilderness. Look at that faint, overgrown, beautiful, terrifying trail that leads toward the dreams you keep locked in the most secret chamber of your heart. The world has enough people on the paved path. What it needs is you, your passion, your weird, wonderful, unique contribution. It won't be easy, but I promise you, with every fiber of my being, it will be worth it. Take that first step. Believe in the whisper. Start building. The path will appear.